Hello, Taurus. Let's see if we can actually almost find the middle. I'm going to get a tripod real soon. I'm so ghetto. But you know what? I feel like this extended ghetto period of my life, okay, where like I don't really have a lot of money, I don't really have a lot of things, and like I don't have any friends, but like, you know, it's just a part of your life, whatever. I'm fine, right? I feel like the ghetto parts of your life make you who you are, right? Because when you have money, it's easy. Life becomes easier, right? You get to shop, you get to get your car washed, not by your own hands. You know, like you can go out and have dinner that's not cooked by you. You know, like life just becomes easier with money. And when you don't have money, life is so ghetto. Even if it's not ghetto trash, it's still ghetto. Like, I'm in that ghetto part, and like, I've been in this ghetto part many times. Many a times. I basically ran away when I was like 16. And then moved out when I was 18, and then moved back, and then moved out, and then moved back. And like, I've lived in my car. Like, fuck. I feel like being ghetto, it fills the cracks. And it's not the worst thing every now and then. Like, I once listened to this Chris Webby song. It was about dealing drugs and doing drugs in Motel 6. And that even when he's got money, he still goes to a Motel 6 and hangs out at night. And I'm like, you have to keep it real. Like, you have to remember that not everything is gold and marble and bright lights and ceiling fans and chandeliers. What am I talking about right now? I knew that one was going to make me cough. I had a dry throat. Now I have ghetto superstar in my head from Maya and ODB. That old dirty bastard. I wonder if he's alive. What he'd be doing other than just straight being greasy. I'm fogging up my glasses. Whew, got the old mustache sweat. The old eyebrow sweat. Woo! The channeling sweats. Here we go. This is going to be a big one, Taurus. This is going to be a big message if I'm sweating this much. Woo! I'm getting the song Ghost Man on Third by Taking Back Sunday. Ghost on Third is a baseball term. When there's not enough players to bat, then players that are on the base have to come in and bat. And they say ghost on third, ghost on second, ghost on first. And then even though there's not a player that you can see on that base, there's a ghost on that base because the player's up to bat again. So why I'm also thinking that something's got to do with this. A, what would you find at a baseball game? Spiders and bees, for one. Why are we all of a sudden talking about baseball? I had a feeling, I swear, I had a feeling that some type of sports team or sports genre was going to come in this reading. I was just thinking about basketball, and then I was thinking about baseball, and then I was thinking about my favorite sport, which is football. And then I was like, is that my favorite sport to watch, or is it hockey? Like, I just got all these sports in my head, and then Ghost Man on Third started playing randomly once I smoked that bowl. Sports. What are the animals trying to say? Both of those fucking sting. Actually, I don't think tarantulas bite. I don't think they can bite humans. Remember my cousin having one. And he's like, they can't bite. They can't bite. I was like, God, get that thing away from me. They're so cool, though. I'm more of a tarantula admirer from afar than a tarantula, come crawl on me. Yeah, they're just, I just don't think I can do it. I love spiders. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, spiders and I, we're like best friends. But it doesn't mean I want them fucking crawling all over me and shit. Nope. And you know what? Whenever I see this tarantula, I always think of Home Alone. You know when he puts the tarantula on the dude's face? Daniel, what's his name? He's the best. Oh, God. That curly-headed bastard. Daniel something. Oh, he's the best. Okay, so. Whitney. Now it's dark. Now I feel like I'm sitting at a baseball game. What is happening? Oh my God, my virtual simulation sometimes through my eyes is like crazy. Oh my God, when your third eye, if you really want to open up your third eye, eat mushrooms. Eat a large amount of psychedelic mushrooms for like 3 months. Eat them. I ate a pound. I had a pound of mushrooms and I ate them over a year, but the whole summer, oh my God, I got so fucked up, especially when there was like lightning storms and shit. Oh my God, I would eat mushrooms and just trip out watching fucking thunderstorms. It was the best. It opened up my third eye so much that now my third eye sees other dimensions. Like, you have to really be wanting to see something when you open up your third eye. Like, you really have to be willing to recognize it all and see it all for what it is, and not go, you see something and then pretend you don't see it. The whole part of seeing things is to believe that you see them even though they're technically not there in 3D. It doesn't mean I'm watching Doctor Strange right now, multi-universe, and that's actually, it's a really good definition of how the universe works and different dimensions that we all go through. They call them worlds. I call them dimensions. Okay, where are we going with this? Now I'm getting NASA, like space. Ghostman on third. It won't stop playing. This that won't mean a thing. I tell you all about it. It's just not what. Oh, it's a campaign of distraction. Distraction. It's a shame I don't think they're... Oh, it's a shame I don't think that's assurance. It's a shame I doubt they'll even care. Don't let me down. What the fuck? Taurus. Oh my God. I think somebody has gone into a portal, and I don't know why the bee. I think it's okay. I think somebody went through a portal, and I think it scared them. I think they saw something and it scared them. And the world is like, man, you just have to grab a hold of yourself. And that's the thing, is like, this could be a spiritual awakening for somebody. And that's probably why I said mushrooms, because mushrooms, like when I started reading tarot, I was smoking weed, obviously. Weed helps your third eye miraculously open. Like, once you start smoking weed, the things that you'll see just with your third eye alone with marijuana is one thing. But then when you open it up to psychedelics, when you open it up to mushrooms, that's the only thing I've done. I've never done acid, never done what's the other one? LSD, acid. Well, there's a whole bunch of them now, obviously. Special K. No, that's just ketamine. I don't think that trips you out in any way. psychedelically. Obviously, like I said, there's a lot of drugs out there now that I am very unfamiliar with, which is good. Unfamiliar drugs. I love that. I love that Alexis on Fire song. Oh, Dallas Green. Yeah, like if you're opening up your third eye, okay, and say now all of a sudden you can see your dreams, right? There's this Gojira song, and it's called Flying Whales, and he's trying to find the flying whales because he, in some dimension, saw flying whales. And actually, my sister and I were talking about this song yesterday because I love Gojira. Like, they're one of my top fucking 5 heavy metal bands by far, even live. Oh my God. Like, live, they were better than like 90% of the heavy metal bands that I've seen live. Like, holy shit, they were so good. And he's saying, I want to see the whales. He's trying to find the whales because they were flying above him. But what he doesn't understand was that I think he was in the ocean. Because in my dream set, okay, when I was trying to get my pedophile out of the closet, when I was trying to figure out what he did, because I knew that I was hurt, but I didn't know how and what he did, right? So when I had to figure it out, in my dreams, this giant whale, okay, took me to the deepest, darkest part of the ocean. It was terrifying. It was pitch black. Okay, and he brings me down there, and like it reminded me so much of Echo. Remember that PlayStation dolphin game? Okay, it reminded me so much of Echo. It was like I was on Echo, and he was bringing me down, but Echo was a whale, and he was bringing me down into this level of darkness because I had to face my fear. I had to face my stepfather. I no longer could allow him to scare me because that's all he did my whole life was scare me. He intimidated me. He threatened once to sue me. Like, he has played the villain in my life for so long. I never realized why I was so scared of him. I was scared of him because of what he did to me as a child, which then gave him control of my life. Because my mother just wanted to suck his dick. Okay, my mother was so fucking obsessed with him and the way that he looked that he was able to control my life. Okay, because I loved my mother so much, I didn't want to ever accuse her husband of doing what he did. But once that whale brought me down to the deepest, darkest part of the ocean, and why it did that was to prove that there was nothing down there that could hurt me. There, you know, like that's what all fear is. Fear is unknown. It's something unknown. You don't know how something is going to turn out, and that causes you to fear out. It causes you to all of a sudden, like, almost like malfunction, you know, and like what course you were on is now sabotaged by your fear of the unknown. When you don't know what's going to happen, how can you just automatically worry about it? Well, my friends, you automatically worry about something that you can't see because you went into that room with somebody and you didn't foresee what they were going to do to you. So that kind of shit, if you were molested, if you were abused, okay, that PTSD that you carry into unknown places affects you to and from the point of impact until the day you die. And you never know why, especially if you've got anxiety when you go places and you tend to drink or you tend to be me and get super high. It's because you don't know what's going to happen in that place. And that stems from not knowing what was going to happen in that room, not knowing what was going to happen in that car, not knowing what was going to happen at a time where you had absolutely no control. So and no therapist, no trauma fucking person, nobody I ever talked to could have explained PTSD the way that I just explained it to you. Honestly, that's the way I needed it explained to me because I never understood why there was something staring me in the face. Why was there something stopping me? Because I was allowing it to bug me out because I was scared of it. And once they find out that you have fear, they have all the control over you. And that's when you start drinking. That's when you start abusing yourself, because then you realize that an entire crowd of people can control you in a second because you lost your control that day in that room, that night in that car, whenever it was that you lost control, it still stems to this day. So I think that somebody is obviously trying to heal that part of their life, but it's scary. And that's the thing, is of course it's scary. Everything is fucking scary when you don't know what's on the other side of the door. But if you never open it, you're never gonna know. And then it's just gonna piss you off to never know something that you can easily find out. You just have to learn to deal with emotionally. And so many people have no fucking idea how to deal with their emotions. Because they were never taught how to deal with their emotions. They were just taught to go have a cigarette, taught to crack a beer, taught to light a smoke, like a fucking, marijuana smoke, right? It's like they were taught to heal by abusing themselves, because the person that was supposed to help them heal is abusing them by not showing them what they're supposed to be doing. You're just getting in trouble. That's not a teacher. A teacher doesn't get you in trouble for breaking the law or for doing something you're not supposed to do if you don't know about it beforehand. Right? But I realized my parents just wanted to get me in trouble. My parents just wanted to yell at me. My parents just wanted to lock me away. They just wanted to fucking freak out on me. They didn't want me to ever really be around. So how else do they get a kid away from them? You either ground them and send them to their room, or you tell them to get the fuck out of the house and go find some goddamn friends. Right? You never really want them around. And that's like, if now somebody is opening up their third eye and they're realizing, and maybe that's now you're seeing your dreams, right? And all your dreams are going to do is explain to you what's going on. So if now all of a sudden you see something, like once that whale did that, I realized what he did to me. I realized what he did to me in that room, and I went all through it. And it was the scariest thing I ever did in my life, because I never wanted to go in that room again, but I did. And once I went into that room, let me tell you, I wanted to put a shotgun to that motherfucker's head. And if I didn't live 3-4 days drive away the way that I do from him, I would have already been at his door. And then what would that do? I would lose my life. I've already lost 30 years of my life. Why do I want to lose more time? Actually, I've lost 34 years now. Okay? Why would I want to lose any more time with myself? Right? And that's what you've got to think about, is what scares you because it's going to sting you. That's what you've got to grab a hold on to, because it's the stuff that stings, and it's the stuff that scares you. That's the stuff that you have to learn to embrace in order to fix it. Because unless it's triggered, you have no idea what's going on. How can you heal something if it's not triggered? How can you heal something if you don't know what's active in you? Right? Now I'm getting, everybody was kung fu fighting. Those cats were fast as lightning. Oh my gosh, are you kung fu fighting? Have you been kung fu fighting people? You could have been, And that's where it's like, you have to kung fu fight the right person. You have to kung fu fight that motherfucker that's hiding in the closet, that's scaring you into opening up yourself completely. Like, imagine if you're an artist, okay? Like, for instance, I paint. I have painted this entire wall of my room. It's taken me like 6 or 7 months. I've almost done the whole thing. Like, I'm going to obviously work on it for as long as I live here. I'm always going to work on it. But that confidence that it took me to do something like this, and now every time I reach a new conscious level, I paint something else. Could you imagine if you're an artist opening up your third eye? Because if you're an artist, your third eye is already open. But it's the levels that your third eye begins to see that changes your art form. Right? Speaking of kung fu fighting, oh man, my sister watched this small documentary on The Crow and what went wrong when Brandon was shot. And you know what it was? It was a fucking budget cut. It was a movie cut. So they cut the budget of the gun technician, and they were using fake bullets, and a piece of the fake bullet got jammed into the barrel. So when they put the blank in, this little tiny piece was still there, and that's what killed him. And he was shot by Fat Boy. He was shot. Fun fact for you: you don't even see Fat Boy. That's the thing, is like, Fat Boy wasn't even supposed to be filming that day or something. You should read, if you are like a movie buff and you like reading things about things, if you read up what happened on The Crow, holy shit. The things that happened. 2 electricians almost lost their life the very first day of filming, and that's how you know if you're supposed to be doing a movie or not, is they always say, it was fucked up from the second we started, man. Like, there's always some kind of fucked up story that happens right in the beginning, and 2 electricians, they almost got killed right away. The first day of filming. And then once Brandon died, the whole film changed. It was supposed to be a completely different film, and then it changed because they wanted to keep Brandon in it instead of refilm it. Had they have chose to take Brandon out of it and refilm it, it would have been a completely different movie. So Brandon actually changed the entire dynamic of that movie just by dying. Like, crazy. Okay. Let's finish this reading off. Shall we? We shall. Okay. Okay, give me the bee. Give me the bee. Give me the bee. Give me this portal. I swear it's a portal. You open a portal. And that's like a portal in your mind, a portal in your third eye, a portal. You opened up a portal. And now you're scared. That sucks. Oh, really? Is this the wrong deck? Okay, let's see. I want to give you one more chance here. Give me the portal. These might be the wrong cards. I'd say it's the right cards. You open up a portal for sure, motherfucker. You open up a Wheel of Fortune portal. Okay, what did you choose to do? Cup, pentacle, knife. Okay, so you went full fire. You're going full fire. You want something. And you're going to get victory, my friend. There is triumph with this. That's maybe why it's the Knight of Wands, because to get through this part of your life, I think you're really going to have a lot of balls, a lot of fire, a lot of steam behind it, a lot of courage, right? Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Yes, okay, and being really being defensive, okay, and defending yourself and guarding yourself is what helps the cycle close out. So if you are starting to see things, or if you believe something happened, the whole point of seeing something is so that you believe it. Okay, because if your soul's trying to tell you something and that's what's scaring you, the whole point is to believe it and to start defending yourself. That's what closes the cycle off, so then you can fucking finally open up yourself and not be scared. I think it's a whole point of they're scared to push people away. They're scared to stand their ground on something. And it's just because I think you're unsure if it happened. You're unsure if what you're seeing or what you saw is for real. So now you really have to dive into yourself. And actually the full way that my whole shit came out, I was actually on mushrooms. And that's where I saw what happened. And then that's when I knew what he did. And then once the dream came, I went into the room and uncovered from start to finish what happened. But it was mushrooms that gave me the vision of what happened with my stepfather. And that vision was enough. You'll know if your body is responsive. That's the thing. Like, if you are uncovering something, you need to see how your body is reacting to it. If you have absolutely no reaction to anything that you see, then it's most likely just your mind trying to differentiate what's fake and what's real. If you have a physical reaction towards something after a vision, trust me, whatever that vision is, you're most likely correct on it. Okay? Because of the physical response in your body. Like I said, I always talk about my channeling sweats. That's a physical response in my body once I start channeling, right? It lets me know that the channel is open and it's on and it's ready and I'm going to go and do it, right? That's my body's response, because I have to keep the rivers flowing so then this shit doesn't stay inside of me. I don't want it to stay inside of me. Okay, I didn't ask a question. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, so somebody is not a friend, okay? And, you know, with what my stepfather did, he always tried to act like he was my best friend. Like, he wined and dined me, and he took me out for dinners all the time, and he did so much shit behind my mom's back. And actually, I don't know how my mom didn't notice what he was doing, because, I mean, I was a kid, so I didn't know what he was doing, but she should have noticed that, you know, a 60-year-old man is not supposed to be taking a 4-year-old to a bar and having dinner with them. Like, there's something wrong there. Fucking idiot, right? So somebody might look like a friend and they're not. Okay, they might look friendly and they're not. To everybody, people loved my stepfather. He was the nicest, crack a fucking joke, have a beer, go chill and relax and have a smoke kind of dude. Okay, but with me, he fucking turned into the devil himself. Okay, so what could appear as a friendly person is actually a monster, which is strength in reverse, right? Somebody who cannot control themselves. They can't control the beast inside of them, okay? So, I've got this person hanging, okay? More like this. They're hanging in something and they need to make a decision. They have to choose a direction to go. They have to decide if they're going to do this or they're not going to do this. Okay? Because doing this, moving forward, okay, somebody thinks that they're all going to be upset and you're not. 5 of Cups in reverse. Is it the 5 or the 4? 5, yeah. Like, you're not going to be upset about this. And that's the thing, is I thought I was going to be upset too. I didn't even think about my mother never speaking to me again. I never even thought of losing my whole family. I never thought a family could turn on somebody, and they did. They turned on me. And I had, for something that happened to me as a child, my uncle doesn't talk to me anymore. My aunt doesn't talk to me anymore. My grandparents don't talk to me. They call me abrasive, aggressive, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't you be a tad bit aggressive if fucking you knew everybody was hanging out with your pedophile? I think you'd be a tad aggressive too if nobody was on your side and your entire family fucking turned around and walked away. I think you'd be a tad abrasive as well. Like, fucking people who tell you you are not allowed to feel, or you're not allowed to have feelings or emotions towards something, you need to calm yourself and control yourself. Tell them to fucking bend over and take it up the tailpipe like you did. And then go, oh, you still believe the way that you do? You still want everybody prim and proper and under control? Like, these people don't know because they've never had control taken away from them because they've only ever been in control. They have no fucking idea. And I know that they like to think that they do. And I love to give people that right. Oh, really? You think? Yo, this motherfucker's gonna get a huge mouthful. Like, you know, like let them gloat. Let them live in glory of the shit that is their minds. Okay? Let them. I don't even fight anymore. I'm just like, okay, just wait till you fall down, you know, and then you come back to, like, my mom wrote me a suicide letter. Like, go fuck yourself, bitch. Hasn't talked to me in 2 years, sends me a suicide letter. Really? She can't fathom what I've said to her. She can't conceive what I've said to her. Grow up. You're married to a pedophile. If you can't conceive that, I don't know what else to say to you. Not really going to be nice about it. Not really going to be humble anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that's all in you, okay? That's what brings you forward. You, my friend, need to connect with this, okay? Aquarius and Cancer coming in. Once you connect with yourself fully, which is once you fully understand what your third eye is seeing, that's what brings you forward. You connecting with yourself is the only thing that you need to be thinking about doing right now, because that tells you the truth. And trust me, I thought I was going to be all upset about losing those people, and now I'm like, just wait till you find out I told you were hanging out with a pedophile, but just wait till you die. And they go, oh, so you decided not to like hang out with your kids or your grandkids or Whitney because she said she was molested and you decided to hang out with a pedophile instead. Well, I didn't believe them. Well, maybe you should have. People don't lie about being sexually abused. Like in my, like the way that it came out and the way that it came out of me, like, honestly, I've like tried to understand, like, do people lie about this? Is it something that they just make up? And like, no, we don't. I know people like to say that people are making things up because they don't want to see the monster that is either inside of them or sleeping in the same bed as them. But just because they don't see the truth, it doesn't mean that it's not staring them in the face every day. It doesn't mean that when they die, they're not going to get the fucking download, right? Some people want to play ignorant. People want to play like they know everything. And you know what? At that point in time, you just fucking let them. All right, you think you know everything? All right, see you later. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I'll fucking talk to you never. Or when you decide to open up your goddamn eyes like I did. Right? Plain and simple. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of hate involved. You're probably going to get yelled at by your family members or people around you. And then that's when now I can hear Jimmy Eat World sweetness. Everything is going to be all right. Like, it just might not be the way that you think it's going to be, but that's just because you didn't see something in a bigger picture. That's all. Like, grab a hold of this. I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. This is the 9 of Cups. Like, this is what you need to do. You need to take yourself seriously. And you need to take your vision seriously. You need to take what scares you seriously, because it's scaring you for a reason. It's stinging you for a reason, because you've opened up something that you can't shut now. So, Taurus, I hope it makes sense. Namaste, motherfuckers. Have a great one. And if you want a personal reading, hit me up. If you don't, whatever. Love yourselves. Peace.